Friday, and it's around 5 o'clock. So where are we going to wrestle today at, Beau?
We're going to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. See our good friend Tony Falk, his wrestling he has every Friday and Saturday night in Nashville, Tennessee at the Stadium Inn, right next door to the Titan Stadium.
Okay. How long have you known Tony Falk?
Probably about 20 years. Close to it.
Where'd you first meet him at, and what was your first impression of him?
First time I ever met him, I was just a little kid going to the matches, and he was an opening match in Johnson City every week. And then I got to know him when I got in the wrestling business, and I think Tony Falk is one of the good people. Few good people left in the wrestling business.
Who else are you going to see this weekend?
I have no idea. You never know till you get out here and see him. I know Jerry Lawler's in the town tomorrow. I know we'll see a bunch of girls tomorrow at the all-girl match.
And approximately how far is Nashville from where you live at?
260 miles.
Alright, it is 6:46 and we're stuck in traffic playing Are You Smarter Than Fifth Grader to pass time.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
And Beau's winning a lot.
What Egyptian queen was the wife of Rome, General Mark Antony?
Cleopatra.
Right. In 1950s, Dr. Jonas Salk discovered a vaccine that would protect people
Polio.
from what disease? Right. What must plants absorb in order to make their own food?
What do they have to absorb to make their own food? Water?
No. Oh, he got one wrong. Did you get that? Did you get that?
Satellite?
No, he got another one wrong.
Dirt?
Did you get it? No.
What?
Think. What must plants absorb in order to make their own food? Doo-doo-doo. Sunlight.
I said satellite and you said no.
You did not.
I just did.
You did not.
I'll play it back. I did too.
No, you did.
I will play it back. Well, oh, hurry up and wait. Uh-oh. Yeah, there goes the records.
Who became the first chairman of the People's Republic of China in 1949?
That Chinese guy.
What Chinese guy?
Chow.
Chow? Wrong.
Say his name.
Mo Zedong or something like that. Human beings have walked on the surface of the planet Mars.
False.
What tense is the verb in the following sentence? Megan's mom will take her home. Past tense, present tense, future tense.
Future.
Woo. Oh, what river that's over 1,400 miles long
No.
flows through the middle of the Grand Canyon?
Oh, the Grand Canyon. Oh. Thought you were saying it's the Colorado River.
Ah, right. The Alamo site of a famous siege, I think is what that is, in 1836 is located in what U.S. city?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio.
This is LT Falk here from Nashville, Tennessee, and I am a professional wrestler.
Could you name some of the places you've wrestled?
Okay, well, I'm 21 years of age now. I started at a very young age. I was 14 years old. I was a young punk kid in the professional wrestling business. Thanks to my father, Tony Falk, I was so expected to follow in his footsteps and become a professional wrestler, so it helped me out in the long run. Kenosha, Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois, all over the states of Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi. Did a few things down in Florida, Louisiana. Had the privilege to go to quite a few places, meet a nice set of people, and done a few good things. Hopefully my future can only get brighter.
What are some of the biggest changes you faced in the wrestling business?
Some of the biggest changes. Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about my size. You know, some guys you see, they're gassed to the gills, muscled up maniacs. I have lost quite a bit of weight, you know, over the last few months, but, you know, I was a little chunky, husky kid. I'm kind of lazy. I try, but I don't have the good physique I need to have to be in this athletic business. So, you know, like a change, you know, not having the right physique, being in the body business. That's my biggest one.
If you could change one thing about wrestling, what would it be?
One thing about professional wrestling. Let's see here. Different folks, different strokes. Different styles, different things gets over. Different things get over. Maybe the whole drug scene. You know how when you talk about professional wrestling, people talk about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Well, that was back then, but now, to me, professional wrestling is more on a business level. It's about kicking butt, entertaining fans, but making money. So guys, forget about the rich ads and leave some of the drugs at home. The drug scene with professional wrestling, I would change that if I could, you know.
What do you think of Beau James and Misty James?
Beau James, the king of Kingsport. The beautiful Misty James. Beau's a long, good-term friend with my father, Tony Falk. I had the chance to meet Beau at a very young age, and I grew up, you know, watching him and taking car trips with him to shows. And Beau's a character. He's a very funny guy. He's a good worker as well, you know. Misty, don't know her that well, you know, but the few times I have seen her, we've conversated, and her attitude, her personality is very good, and so far, from what I've been hearing, her skills in the ring is pretty good, too, and Beau, just got to treat her right. Misty did the same thing. Beau's a champion in my book. Take care of him.
We came to see our friend Tony Falk, I've known for 22 years. All right, Jerry Lynn's here. I'm happy to see him. I'm happy to be back in Nashville. I didn't come out here for you to disrespect my wife right in front of me, okay, buddy? So you just make sure you respect us and I respect you. Whoa. Now, what's your problem? You want to get physical?
Madman Pondo, right here, JCW, Japan, Australia, Germany, England, all them places.
How long have you been a wrestler?
21 years. 20 years too damn long.
Why did you become a professional wrestler?
Back when I was a kid, my great-grandma and grandpa used to watch wrestling, and they would like cuss at the TV. Well, to me, that was the funniest thing ever. So my mom, she calls me the dream child, because back in the day when kids will say they wanted to be policemen and firemen, I always said I wanted to be a professional wrestler, and here I am.
What are some of the biggest changes that you came across in the wrestling business?
I'll tell you, when I first started out, I was just doing like the wrestling, you know, arm bars, hip tosses, stuff like that. But then I was smart enough to know that I didn't have the muscle body, I didn't have the technical skills, I didn't have the high flying. So what I did was, me and like 12 friends, we used to get the pay-per-views, and halfway through the pay-per-views, nobody was paying attention. But then I would pop in a videotape from Japan, and all these deathmatch things was going on, and all 12 friends was like paying attention to the TV. I was like, all right, I can do this. This is what I can do.
All right. What would be one of the things you could change about wrestling? If you could, what would you change?
It really gets to me, like, back when I started wrestling, it was way harder to get into wrestling than what it is today. Now, if anybody can buy a ring, anybody can buy a pair of boots and tie a flannel shirt around their waist and become part of the flock and all that. If it was up to me, it'd be a lot harder to get into wrestling than what it is today.
Let's do Rachel. What do you say, Misty? Come on, you want me to stop it?
No!
Nope. Come on, talk to me. Hey, 1, 2. You're pulling her hair. Watch it. Keep it clean. Come on, what do you say, Rachel? Come on, what do you say? Come on, what do you say, Rachel? 2. Come on, what do you say, Misty? 2. Okay?
Hi, this is Lynn. I'm a professional wrestler. Been doing it for about 22 years now, so I'm one of the old timers in the business. I've wrestled for quite a few promotions, the old AWA, WCW, or the old USWA Memphis Territory, Smoky Mountain, WCW, ECW, WWF, when it was WWF still, TNA, and now Ring of Honor, so been doing it for quite a while.
Alright. So, why did you decide to become a professional wrestler?
I always was a fan, but never thought about doing it because back then it was a bunch of monsters in the business, just a lot of big guys, but just sort of fell into it one day and decided to give it a shot and see where it would take me, and been doing it for, well, just strictly as a living for the last 15 years now.
Okay. What are some of the biggest changes you've come across in the wrestling business?
The changes, there's quite a few changes. It used to be about getting people to go to the big arena show, you know, every, you know, who knows how long, 3-4 months that they would come around. Then it changed to about getting people to buy pay-per-views and worried about a pay-per-view buy rate. And now it's become more about TV ratings. That's what drives it now, is keeping those quarterly hour TV ratings up. That's really what's really changed a lot about the business also. It's become more and more dangerous every year. It's not about so much having an actual wrestling match anymore. It's become more like, well, what you see now is a stunt exhibition. It's getting more and more dangerous all the time.
If you could change one thing about wrestling, what would it be?
Wow. Whew, that's a tough one. There's a lot of things I'd want to change about it, but if it was the one thing I'd want to change, boy, I would say not have all the secrets, all the insides of the business exposed.
And what do you think of Beau James?
Oh, he's awesome. He goes, I don't want to call him old, but he's, you know, he's been in the business as long as I have, and he's a fountain of knowledge, and a lot of the younger guys could learn a lot from him.